Okay, Team Golf Kingdom, are you ready to bring the heat?
I'm gonna bring the heat, coach.
Let's do it. Let's go. Okay, here we go, baby. You haven't seen any Max Q heat. He's gonna bring it. Here comes the heat. Bring it. Wait. Dummy, what are you doing? Be showing up my producer. Run, dummy. Get out of here. It's our Golf Kingdom Spring Training Show, and we've got a great show. It's our baseball-themed show, and just like you saw here, we're gonna bring the heat. Let's bring in this show. I'm flipping it this week. Instead of building it, we're gonna go pop culture start off, and I'm a St. Louis guy. I'm gonna bring you something to help you with your game using one of my favorite St. Louis legends, Stan Musial. Then we've got the Kiss segment. Then I'm bringing in a Build It segment to help you using our baseball theme. Down here, it's gonna get really cool. I'm gonna do a swing analysis, but it's a baseball swing analysis. Also, you're gonna have Talk Nerdy, and we're always gonna wrap it up with Time to Rise, but before that, we're gonna take you to spring training. Are you ready to build? Because it's time to build here in the Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to the #1 golf variety show in the world, the Golf Kingdom. Are you ready to build your game? Here's your host, Rob Strano.
Well, like you saw in our intro, it's our Major League Spring Training Golf Kingdom show, and we're gonna use all kinds of great baseball stuff to help your game. And I've kind of flipped the show, like I said. It's usually a Build It segment, but you know what? I want to keep you on your toes, and I want to talk pop culture to start with, because I love pop culture. I love movies and icons of sports, and like I said, growing up in St. Louis, Stan Musial is the legend in St. Louis baseball. And outside the stadium, they have the Musial statue, which even as a little kid was a meeting place. So when you'd go to a game and you'd say, where are we going to meet? Everybody would say, I'll meet you at the Musial statue at 7 o'clock for the 7:30 game time. So I want to use the Stan Musial statue to help you understand how to set up a little better and how to get to the top of your backswing a little better. Now, a lot of you that aren't big baseball fans like I am, or St. Louis fans, don't know what the Musial statue looks like. Well, I'm gonna take you to the 60-inch screen and show you what it looks like. So Bear Devil, show us the picture of the Musial statue here on the 60-inch screen. There's the Musial statue. It's the meeting place outside of New Busch Stadium, and it's been there going back to Old Busch. And as you can see his baseball setup, you can see that he's on his trail leg, he's on his back leg, looks very light on his front leg, arms are back here. So to imitate this view, I would look like this as a baseball player. You can see the front leg here, my lead leg, is always light and tapping, and I'm heavy in the right side or my trail side right here. So if the pitcher was pitching to me, I'm right here and I'm ready to go and get after the pitch, whether it's a curveball or a fastball as it's coming to me. Now, here's how this relates to golf, is if you look at him, he's a little right heavy, which is kind of how you want to feel at the top of your backswing. So I have a drill called the Musial drill that helps my players understand, instead of getting to the top of their swing and being like this, where they're leaned forward. I see a lot of people step to the golf ball and they're like this at the plate. You want to get to the top of your backswing and be here. You don't want to swing back and go this way. All I tell my players to do is imagine the pitcher's there. Take your baseball stance, get ready right here, and then from here, turn your back to the pitcher. Don't let the pressure on your feet change. So when I do that, remember, I'm tapping this lead foot. Watch your baseball players on TV as you're watching the rest of the Major League season after spring training. You always see them tapping that front foot because they're 85% of their weight back here. So get your baseball set up and then just turn your back to the pitcher, and you can see I can still tap this lead foot. The Musial drill, it'll help you a bunch to get the right setup. So take your batting stance, turn your back to the pitcher, and just grab a golf club and do the same thing. And you'll find yourself in this good loaded position going back. And now you can go get it on the downswing. And if you're looking for yardage, that guy right there that I showed you the picture of, he could hit a baseball. And I'll tell you what, you get his setup here at the top and go get it, you'll hit a golf ball too. Now it's time for a baseball Kiss version. So, keep it simple, Strano. Kiss version of something easy to help your game. And it's something that you need to understand kind of about you that'll help you with your game. So let me ask you a question out there. Do you realize that your body talks to you on a daily basis? Yeah, it does. What are some things your body tells you that you don't even think about it talking to you? Like, how do you know when to eat? How do you know when to go to bed? How do you know when you're hot or cold? Your body's talking to you. In golf, it's the other way. You've got to talk to your body. And in Major League Baseball, they do the same thing. It's called the on-deck circle. So if this is my baseball bat, they put all those weights and stuff on their bat, and they get loose and they feel their swing that they're getting ready to take. They're timing it, they're watching the pitcher, and they're taking swings, and they're loosening up. In golf, you have to tell your body what to do. That's the purpose of a practice swing. So that's the kiss thing. That's the mwah. Keep it simple, Strano. Take one practice swing, and the whole role of the practice swing is to rehearse or feel what you're trying to do. Just like the batter in the on-deck circle is trying to time the pitcher and hit it, you're trying to get a feel for your swing. So you're trying to feel yourself take the swing you want to take and go to maybe a full finish. If that's what you're working on, your KISS thing is, I want to go to a full finish. Well, take your practice swing and tell your body, I'm going to a full finish. You do these little practice swings, these rehearsals, and you'll find that you'll actually do what you're trying to do when the ball's there. So that's your KISS, keep it simple, Strano thing to help your game. Now, let's get about building your game using some of our baseball drills that we use at the Academy to help players. And I've got one called 3-level baseball swings that works a bunch, and it works a couple different ways. It's a two-way drill I'm going to show you that involves helping you understand the word disassociation, which is a big word that says this piece moves and that one doesn't. Now we're going to do it one way. I'm going to show you the other way to do it. So you have two different things to do to help you with one drill, which is kind of great. So I'll go ahead and build the swing. So I'm going to grab a club here. Let's grab a 9-iron. Now, when we swing, we're oriented to the ground, so we get this bent over feeling, but sometimes we struggle with that bent over part. That's where the 3-level swings come in handy. So let's come to the big view here, Bear Devil. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to imagine taking 3 different swings. One like it's a waist-high fastball, one like it's a knee-high fastball, then of course, the golf ball on the ground. It'll look like this. So just a normal one where I move like a normal golf swing, I'm right here, I turn back, I turn through, just like this, right? Like it's a chest-high, waist-high fastball, right here, just like that. So I'm making a nice golf swing right here. And if you notice, I'm not twisting this club all over the place. I'm just going back right here and going through real nice. Now the next one is knee-high. So I go waist-high, then I go knee-high, same little feeling move, back and through. And then after 2 of those, I go down to the ground and make my swing, feeling what I felt at the 2 different levels. So it really simplifies the golf swing. You don't get yourself getting bent over and then taking the club and doing this and doing that. No, you're just going like you're right on a tabletop here. I'm just going right here and through. Then I'm going down here, knee-high, back and through, and then I go to the ground. Now that's the one where my hips are moving, my chest is turning, and it's a full turn back and a full turn through. Now this is where we're going to disassociate and go backwards. So I got to take off my tool belt to do this because I have to grab my Bubba Whips alignment stick to do this. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to run it through my belt loops. And you've all probably seen several variations on this drill. And I'm going to run it through my belt loops, and my Oakley belt buckle is really in the way here to get this through there. But I'll get it through eventually if I don't rip my pants off. There we go. So I've got it in there. Now, I've got to move the same little baseball swing, but not get underneath the stick like this. So when I do this, I'm keeping my hips calm. These are the short shots. So I'm here, waist high and through. Now I'm knee high and through, and then I go to the ground, and I'm trying not to move this very much. I'm here and then through. So you can see that didn't move very much. One more time, I'll kind of turn kitty corner here. So waist high, I'm trying to keep this nice and still. Waist high here and through, knee high here and through, and then I go to the ground, there and through. So I'm trying to keep the hips calm. So the baseball swings, 3 levels. Put the alignment stick through your hips to keep your hips still for the short shots, and then for the full swing, take the stick out and make full swings back and through at the 3 levels, and you find your swing will improve as you go from a chest high, waist high fastball to knee high to the ground. Alexa, open Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to Golf Kingdom. Here's your golf tip of the day.
Welcome to the Golf Kingdom. I am your host, Rob Strano, and here is today's Pro Pointer.
Alexa, stop. If you want more pro pointers from me via your Amazon-enabled skill at the Golf Kingdom, be sure to go there and enable it. Every day I give you a new tip, free, with your Amazon-enabled device. So enable the Golf Kingdom and you'll get a tip from me, your host, Rob Strano, every day. Well, welcome back to the Golf Kingdom, and it's time to talk nerdy, one of my favorite segments where we get into the science of golf. And I'm going to talk to you today about why does the golf ball fly, as opposed to why maybe an airplane flies. So it's really important to kind of understand these facts if you're trying to hit a golf ball and make it go somewhere. So let's get into the nerdy side of why a golf ball flies, because when you're trying to hit these shots out there on the golf course and get it up in the air, or maybe you've gotten a little older and you're losing ball flight, it's important to understand that these principles, these scientific principles, are why a golf ball flies. And I've got some great GIFs that are going to help us understand this principle. So let's look at them on the 60-inch screen. So right off the bat here on the 60-inch screen, we've got a guy throwing a wiffle ball, and look at this thing curving all over the place. He's got it curving a million different directions. It's really cool. Now what you got to understand is a ball is a spinning object in space. It's different than an airplane. So that's why he can make this thing do all kinds of curves, because the ball is spinning on the air as it goes. Now, this is an airplane, okay? An airplane flies because of the Bernoulli effect, which is the pressure above and below the wings are different, and that gives the plane lift. So once again, the science nerdy part of it. The speed of the air is different, and as you go fast down the runway, that's what gives a plane lift and makes it fly. But that's not why a golf ball flies, or a spinning object in space. So I've got a basketball here that's spinning. You can see the air pushing on it, making it spin and making it go. This isn't Bernoulli. This is called the Magnus effect. Magnus was a Scandinavian scientist, and he built a boat, and he put these giant pillars in it, and he spun the pillars real fast and made the boat go along. That's what happens to a golf ball when you hit it. For a golf ball to fly, it has to spin. The faster it spins, the more it climbs. That's why a wedge will climb higher faster, because it has more spin on it. And then a driver, you're trying to take the spin off of it, so it has a flatter launch, doesn't have all that spin, and it just launches out there and flies out there. So understanding the difference between an airplane and Bernoulli and a golf ball and Magnus should help you figure out how to launch the ball. You have to make it spin. So if you've got a low club head speed, say maybe you've gotten a little older and your club head speed is going down, you've got to get shafts that give kick to the club head to give it speed to make the ball fly and spin and launch. That's our job as teachers, is to get you in the right clubs, to get the club fitters to get that right for you. So you're not playing a stiff shaft and your club head speed is like 70 miles an hour and you can't make it fly. So this has been Talk Nerdy. We've talked the science of the game, understanding the difference between why an airplane flies and a golf ball flies. You got to spin it to make it fly. So if your launch monitor numbers aren't showing a lot of spin with your short irons, you might need new shafts in order to get that ball to spin and fly for you. Well, we've got a whole new take on swing analysis, and we're going to go back to baseball and help you take that to your golf swing. And I've got a special guest that I had some fun with in his own batting cage. Yeah, he played Major League Baseball, and he's got his own batting cage at his house. And I was recently hanging out with him, and we were talking about hitting theory in baseball. And it was funny, as we talked about it, and he explained the correct hitting theory in baseball, I thought, gosh, this is great for golf. So let's take a look at the video here on the big screen. And you can see we're in his batting cage, and you can see the bat waggling, and he's stepping and turning and coming into the hitting zone. Now, here it is in slow motion. You can see the bat is wobbling and going down, laying down. He moves to his back leg. The bat will now lay down, and then he'll turn through. That's kind of what we kind of want to do in the golf swing. It's kind of the magic move. One more time, here it is. See the bat coming down. He's going to move into his back leg, which is turning into your back leg in the backswing. Drops the head of the bat, turns through, and he can hit this baseball anywhere in the field. Now, let's come to the big camera and take a look at this. I'm going to demonstrate what was just going on. So in the baseball swing, he's back here. So the bat is laying down and then turning through, and he can hit the ball anywhere in the strike zone. And one of the drills they do is they get back here and they take fingers off so that the bat can do this as it comes down. Now we can do the same thing in the golf swing to help you get this magic move feeling that's not that one where you're pushing with your hand that way. We want the club to shallow and go here and then turn through. Now here's the drill. I'm going to grab a golf club, get the bat out of here. Now I've got a golf club to do it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show it to you, and then we're going to zoom in. So you want the club to do this little move starting down, not pitch this way and pitch and steepen. You want the butt end of the club to move out a little bit and the center of mass to go that way. Now we're going to get a tight view of this here. So what you're going to do is as you go back, you're going to take your finger off the club here. So it's set up, your thumb's going to be on. You're going to take your index finger and get like a golf ball width there on the club. And as you go back to the top of your backswing, you've got room now to slam that over to your finger. So I'm training the hands to make this move. You mess it up because of incorrect hand pressure as you start down. So the move is here. I got my finger off, and then as I start down, I slam it into my finger. So if I can feel that move right there, boy, the club is shallowing in a good spot. Now, this has been taking the baseball swing again and relating it to golf. Great drill to practice. Finger comes off the grip like that, and then as we get to the top, you're going to start down, lay it hard on that finger, put the club here and turn through. What a great way to analyze a golf swing. We analyzed it using a baseball swing, something new from our spring training to help you when you get into your spring golf. Now, you never thought you could practice with baseballs, but I've got two great drills I'm going to show you using baseballs. You can practice them in your backyard at home, and it'll help your swing. This requires a little setup for the first drill because I've got a video I want to show you that will help you understand good footwork and how to use a baseball, or in this case, a softball, to help you get good footwork. Now, growing up in St. Louis, I grew up with 1968 Masters champion Bob Golby at my course, and I heard him always say, good footwork is the foundation of a great golf swing, and you'll never see a great player who's got bad, lousy footwork. And I want to show you Bob Golby's footwork. I've got a video here I'm going to show you of his footwork, and here it comes up, and you can see his footwork coming through. I want you to focus on the trail foot. As you see the trail foot move, you'll notice the heel will stay ahead of the toes. You can see his heel is ahead of his toes. The foot just doesn't lift straight up and down. His footwork is perfect. As he comes through, the heel's ahead of the toe here, and then the foot comes around this way. So it's a move where the heel stays ahead of the toe. There's a little rocking action in the foot. The foot rocks and lifts. The heel stays ahead of the toe, and then the foot comes around, just like you kind of would if you were throwing a ball. Now, let's come back over here to our baseballs and our softballs and show you the two drills. Let's stay with the heel drill first. So you're going to take your softball. I prefer using a softball in this case because it's bigger. And what the mistake is you see players do is they do this in the downswing. So if the ball's against my heel, the foot lifts straight up and down like this. So when that lifts up like this, the knee is in the way of me coming in, and I got to do something weird with my arms. You're going to put the ball right up against your heel, and what you're going to do is on the downswing, you're going to try to roll the ball with your right heel into your left foot. See how the heel came forward? Let's do it again. Up against my heel, I come in. I'm rolling the ball forward into my lead foot. That's the correct footwork. This would be incorrect. Rolling it forward would be correct. Now, let's use the baseball and let's work on impact. So a baseball's got the two seams on it right here. Two seam fastball right there. So put the two seams down where your club will be looking at the back of them. And I want you to just kind of chip your baseball around the backyard and focus on hitting this one inside seam only. Don't hit the outside seam. I want you to swing back here and come down and hit the inside seam of the ball. If you are over the top coming down, if you are cutting across an impact, and you know that from watching your video, this will be the perfect drill just in your backyard to get a feel for this, so when you go practice at the golf course, you can do it. So once again, you can start with little swings, come inside, hit the inside seam, and you get that inside out swing you've been looking for that all the great players have. So baseballs, softballs, use them, knock them around the yard, and you find that'll transfer over to the golf course.
You want a golf tip that will really make this game easier? Okay, here's mine. The fastest way to get good is by finding a great coach. And the fastest way to find that person is through golfchannelacademy.com. It'll match you up with the best coaches in your area.
And now you can even schedule a new student assessment.
So, what are you waiting for?
Schedule a training session with your local coach, Rob Strano from Strano Golf Academy in Destin, Florida at stranogolf.com.
But it's time to get down to business here. And you know what? If you're a good glove man, you're all business on the baseball diamond. And I'm going to show you how to use your glove to help your putting and your short game and your full swing with these spring training drills. Now let's just start off with putting first. And you know, it's spring training down in Florida and in Arizona for the teams, but you know what? The upper part of the country above the Mason-Dixon line, you may not be able to get out and practice outdoors yet. But you know what? You got your glove, and we're going to use it to help you putt and chip better first. Now, what you want to do with the glove is, if you lay it on the ground like that, it makes its own little kind of, tunnel to putt into or chip into. This is what you're going to set up at home. You can set this up anywhere you've got carpet that you can putt or chip on. So we're going to come to the low view here. And on the low view, I want to walk over, and I've got a little chip I put on the ground here. So you can use a poker chip or whatever. That's going to be the center of the glove. And I've got about 20 feet here. I'm going to put my glove down, and that chip is going to be right in the middle of the glove. Now, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to practice simply one thought here. I'm going to putt this ball into the glove. That's my only thought. I'm not worried about that chip. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just going to putt it right into the glove is my thought. I'm going to hit it, and boom, I hit right over the chip and went right into the glove. And I can do it different speeds in different ways. So I hit that one pretty hard. It probably would have gone 30 feet. But let's just say I'm going to putt it at the chip into the glove, and I want it to just barely get there. There we go. I hit the chip again right into the glove, and that rolled at a softer speed. Let's just say I want to go long again. So this one will have a little more speed to it when it goes into the glove. You can see that went over there pretty quick. And now one more. I'll go really, really soft into the glove. And I'm going to try to control my speed, like maybe I'm on real fast greens. I'm going to get to go over there real soft, and boom, hit the chip, went right into the glove. So put your glove down, put a chip in the middle, and you can putt to it. Now you can also chip to it. I've got a 9-iron here, same little concept. I'm going to set up, and I'm going to try to chip the ball right into the glove. There we go, another one in the glove. So the glove's about 20 feet away, and I'm just working on my short game contact, clipping it off the ground. Oh, I didn't aim that one, I missed it. I didn't pay attention to where I was aimed. Oh my gosh, let me try to get one more in the glove. I'm going to pay attention to my aim this time. There we go, another one in the glove. Now you can also work on, come to me on the big screen here, Bear Devil. You can also work it this way. You can bring your glove close to you if you want to work on full swing. Put the ball right here, about a foot away from the glove, and you can swing back and come down to right here, and then slowly turn through and just knock the ball right into the glove. I knocked it right in the middle of the glove so good it came back. So I'm right here. I'm coming to right here at impact. I'm just trying to pop the ball straight into the glove, and I'm not hitting the glove, but I can see the face is pointed right into the middle of the glove. So two great short game tips right there, putting and chipping, and a full swing tip using your baseball glove to help you improve and get ready for golf this year. Well, let's give a little discussion to ground reaction forces. Yeah, a big phrase. And I've got my Salt Adventure pressure shoes on here, which are going to show you how my feet move when we look at the big screen. Now we're going to talk about this pressure of the trail foot. So the trail foot for me is my right foot. So a pitcher on the mound, he stands on the rubber. So if he's in the stretch, he's in the rubber, and you'll never see him move and then roll off the rubber this way with his foot. You never want to do that in your golf swing either. You never want to roll that foot out like this. Your pressure will always stay on the inside of your shoe and on the inside of your shin. So what does that look like in this trail foot trace here? So watch this. When I set up to hit a golf ball, now let me get my baseball glove off. When I set up to hit a golf ball, you can see the ball of that right foot is lighting up red. See that? When I roll out like that, you can see it goes out to the outside. When I swing, I am always staying on the inside of this leg as I go back and never rolling out on it, just like a pitcher on the rubber. So think about a pitcher on the rubber is staying on the inside so he can push off. You can't push off if you get over there. Simple baseball thought to help you load up better in your backswing. The Rookie is a great baseball movie, one of my favorites. And the line in that movie is the one I'm going to highlight in our Time to Rise segment, where he talks about clear the mechanism before he throws a pitch. You know, as golfers, we tend to get cluttered minds out there, and it's hard to play golf. And in life, it's hard to do just the average daily things if your mind is all cluttered. So here's a golf image to start with to help us see what maybe goes on in your mind as you're trying to play a golf shot. Holy smokes, look at this player. He's got a golf swing going on, and look at all the swing thoughts and things he's trying to think about to hit a golf ball. And you know what? It's very hard in 1.5 seconds it takes to swing a club to think all these things, let alone maybe one or two. You've got to clear the mechanism. You've got to get in there, clear your mind, feel the shot you want to play, see the shot you want to hit, walk in. It's okay to have one swing thought, but this, no bueno. We can't have all this going on mentally, but a lot of y'all get into this little mess here. And it happens in life too. We get all kinds of things going on with our brain. We start imagining, conversations we're going to have with 10 different people, and all of a sudden, those 10 different people are living rent-free in your head, and you've got your mind just running away from you, just like this player is. I'm going to give you a great quote to live by that'll clear out some clutter in your day-to-day interactions with other people and help you realize who to talk to and who not to talk to. Kind of like getting advice from your friends. And the quote is this: don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. So if someone's giving you a hard time about something, think about it this way. Would I ask that person for advice? Or if someone's giving you criticism about your golf game, is that someone you would ask for advice? And if not, you know what? Clear the mechanism. Get rid of them. You do that, and your time to rise on the golf course is going to be greater than you could ever imagine. Well, thanks for joining me on another great Golf Kingdom show where we went spring training. It was our baseball show where I used Well, that was kind of the slowest home run trot of all time, a 30-minute show. Talk about slow around the bases. We weren't slow with our show. We had all kinds of fast, fun stuff using baseballs and gloves and bats to help you improve. So you can do all this stuff around your house to improve your game. But hey, around the house, jump out on social media and follow us on all the social media platforms at the Golf Kingdom TV show. We have all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff for you to watch. Also, if you're on Roku or Amazon Fire TV, download the channel. Download the Golf Kingdom TV show channel, and you can watch all the episodes from the past up into this one. And also, if you have an Alexa-enabled device, ask Alexa to add the Golf Kingdom channel. You can get a tip from me, your host, Rob Strano, every day via your Alexa-enabled device. Thanks again for joining me on our spring training version of the Golf Kingdom. Well, like you saw in our intro, it is our spring training major league segment thing of the...